carried. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of August 22nd special meeting?
I'll move.
Rick?
Second.
Chris? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Can I have a motion to accept the following warrants on file in the business office? Was that Lynn?
Yes. Second.
And Reggie? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion to approve the budgetary status of June 30th? Do we want to do that yet, or do we want to wait till later? Becky, are you prepared to do that right now with us? With the budget?
No, I have not been caught up to it yet, no.
You do have the report attached to your.
We have a report, okay. Can I have a move to approve that?
Well, we're,
Just to get it on the floor right now, then we can
Then I will-
decide what we'll do.
then I will make a motion.
Okay, Mandy
I'll second.
and Rick. Discussion. Everybody's had a chance to read it, I hope, but do we want to wait until Becky's able to discuss it with us, or?
I would feel more comfortable waiting until we had somebody who could go through it. I mean, I looked through it, but I certainly need some clarification on a number of areas that until someone is able to go through that with us, I'm not comfortable okaying it.
I suggest we table it to a different meeting.
I agree.
Okay. All in favor of tabling this, do I have to do that, or? Okay.
You gonna put the table in there?
Any opposed to tabling the meeting, tabling this a
Is
second?
that part of the motion to table?
Mandy and-
Yes.
Mandy and Rick have to.
Right.
Mandy and Rick both agreed to it,
I
so.
didn't hear Mandy.
But Becky, you will be prepared at the next board meeting for this?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, by the way, welcome.
Yes. A lot of information there.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried to table that. Can I have a motion to accept the claims auditor reports of August 21st? Lynn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion to award the bid contract for the wood chips at $55 per ton? Lynn?
It was the only.
Sorry. Oh,
I'll say yes.
Second.
who's second?
You're-
Reggie?
Reggie.
Okay, discussion,
Yeah,
questions?
I have a couple questions. On the attachment of the bid form, they got primary fuel supplier listed and then alternate fuel supplier listed all the same price. What's the difference between the primary supplier and the alternate supplier?
I see there's two of them, both the same price, same one.
Right.
Was it just one bid?
There was just one bid.
That's just not how we got it listed that way. I was confused when I looked at
That's
it.
why I
Just
thought
one
two
bid,
bids
it's the same
exactly.
price as last year.
Same as last year?
Prices haven't gone up in
No.
the last 3 or 4 years.
That's what we've been told.
Are you happy
We're
with
very
it?
happy with them, you did a great job, always here, I mean, within minutes.
It also was just below that table that they may be able to supply us with other energy needs.
Yes.
Did we look into that?
John has talked about it, and at this point, though, it's still most effective or efficient for us to use the chips.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion to declare the following items obsolete and to allow for their disposal? A typewriter, 8 car seats, and 15 hand radios.
What do you mean by disposed of?
Let's get it on the table, okay? and then
I'll second.
Mandy, yeah, Rick and Mandy. Okay, go then.
What what do you mean as far as, the car seat should probably be used right if they're unsafe, but what about the typewriters? What do you
It's
usually
about
do?
20-plus years old, and if nobody wants it, it gets thrown away.
Does it go to the museum?
Pretty much. Same with the radios, we'll strip those, they've already been stripped down, but they can say go with the FCC regulations,
So
they're
that
valid.
narrowbanding regulations.
Oh, right, but the car seats cannot be given to anybody. No, we haven't used them the last couple of years, actually. But-
Should put the typewriter in the trophy can.
Yeah.
The,
Remember that?
See how far you've come?
Now nobody
I
will
just
want
want
to
you to have
have
some-
Oh, it
Yeah.
probably had the corrective tape they need to.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
Take home
They
pictures.
want to my house. I have one at my
How
house.
big is it?
Kay, you wanna take it home?
Huge.
Kay, you wanna take it home, let me
No,
copy
thank
it,
you.
what?
They spent all the hours with it.
No love lost there.
All in favor? Any opposed?
Probably can't.
Motion carried. Can I have a motion to approve the AP exam fee schedule? Andy? And a second?
I'll second
Okay, discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, there's three options, to leave it the same, to change it to Michelle's recommendation, or to come up with a third. So I'm just telling you that there's three.
I would like to have us consider leaving it as it is. So I think asking some parent to fork over $85 is a little steep, personally. I still want
Michelle, can you briefly refresh my memory on what we talked about?
Students actually who are free and reduced, if the state puts out fee waivers, they would have a fee waiver. The point of it, in discussing with Mr. Buckley, who basically is the person who's taught AP courses in a while, he just gets very upset with the students who are not motivated, who are not striving for a reasonable grade in his class. And typically, you equate that if they got about an 85 average or higher, they could possibly get a 3, 4, or 5. That's how they get college credit. The kids who are getting 70s, everyone is allowed to participate in the class. There is no criteria to getting into it other than like you have to have chemistry to be in AP bio because you need one for the other. So he felt that students, if they had to earn a certain grade to have that test be a free exam for them, that might be a way to motivate. I know that Chris last time indicated he doesn't think that the money issue would motivate students. I don't know if that's true or not. And the last school I went to, we went to this system because it was costing the school so much money for all of the exams. And then kids had the option, do I want to take the test or do I not? And those that, there were some that chose not to because they only had a 75 or whatever and they did not want to pay the fee. But those are the kids that typically will get a 1 or a 2, which doesn't really count for college credit.
But if a number one student to take the test and do a bad test on a certain day, then they got to come up to $85, is that correct?
No, it's their overall average over
Three-quarters average.
3/4 of the year. It's what have they shown in the class over the first 3/4 of the year?
So it's not just based on their test grade?
Not at all. It would be on their
Right.
class average, right?
So what would we think the total exposure for the school would be typically here?
Well, we've just added AP European history and AP US history. So we're going from one class with about, I think Jim runs about 12 kids in the AP bio to probably tripling that number, probably up to about 45. So if we do it, you got, it is, with more classes, it's more kids.
You're talking across the board, every AP class.
Yes.
I'm not in favor of myself.
I
have
have
a
a
problem
problem
with
with
general
motivation.
Let me just say one thing. A student can challenge any AP test and say, I want to take this, and this, but they don't have to take the course, which the district then also pays for. So I just want to throw that out. So that-
We don't spend a lot of money on these gifted kids, or kids that want to achieve higher things. A lot of money spent on the lower end, but not much up there. And I think we can afford to spend $85 for tests.
So you divide it times 45 possible.
$3,000.
I know we always talk about trying to make kids responsible, trying to make them be part of it. And I think this STEP program is going to put some responsibility on them, you know.
I think you
If I'm gonna
definitely.
take this test, you know, I'm gonna do well
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get some help paying for that.
My only concern was that I don't want to see some kid who doesn't have a lot of money and they get held back because he's got motivation, you know, and he suffers from coming from a poor family. That's my only concern. I understand
But
that.
the
and I
poor
agree with
families are the ones where the fee waivers come through and it's free for them to take.
That was my only
the exam,
concern
and
earlier,
look at it.
if that's covered under your fee waiver.
As long as the state comes out with it.
Well, not every person who is qualified to do that applies, and we know that from past experience, that there's a lot of pride in our community, and just because they can't afford it doesn't mean that they apply for that. And I have a problem with the word motivation. As much as I love Mr. Buckley, I feel motivation needs to come from within the classroom. I don't think a monetary number hanging over your head saying you either do this or we're not gonna pay for your test. I don't like that kind of trying to squeeze something out of somebody. But I do understand the amount. I think students should be counseled. I think parents should be counseled. I think when they understand the cost of what this is, it's their school too, it's their taxes too. Parents should be made aware, your student is probably not going to do well on this test. We would like you to think about it. Do you want them to take it? And I think there's just other ways than threatening students with not paying the test for it. I think there are other things to try before we go to that level.
I agree with you.
I just would like to see us make an effort to use counseling, because I think it's very important that students, even though they know they're not going to get that high mark, or even the college they go to will accept it. Many colleges won't accept it. It's the exposure you want them to have. You want them to reach higher, you want them to try. Maybe they're trying their hardest and they can only get an 84. What are you gonna do? Say to them, I'm sorry, you're not smart enough and we're not gonna pay for this test for you. I just think that's probably not gonna happen a lot, but I just would like to see us try another avenue first before we resort to saying we're not gonna pay it if you don't reach X number. That's just my feeling.
I agree with Andy, I think that the money doesn't motivate the student at this point necessarily, and it's the teacher's job to motivate the student. So I think there's probably a better solution than kind of allowing the family monetarily.
I think the kid will learn something in the class. He's there. Maybe he won't be the one that scores high enough to get it for the course, but he'll learn something in the class.
Yeah, and if the teacher is honest with them, before they take the test, you know, and because you don't want to embarrass the student either by getting a 1. I mean, you know, I think the student and the teacher, and if you want, the parent should talk about it before the test is given and give the realistic chances and what their choices are.
And Lynn's comment, they can still take the class, but they don't have to take the test. I mean, they
Yeah.
can just
okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as
Just
just
get
kid
the
who
class.
says I want to try.
And
Right.
yeah,
That's
choose
fine.
not to take the test.
That's my only concern.
Tom, what's that here?
I think I'd rather have it stay the way it's been.
Is it, it's probably not fair to even suggest that they have to reach a certain grade point average in order to take the test period, or every student has the opportunity to take the final test.
I think a lot of schools do. They
Well,
don't let
some
people
schools,
in
you
on
can't
that.
even take the classes without a certain grade point average or a teacher's letter of recommendation to get into.
To go back to it too, though, actually, the way it's done now is that everybody pays $25 to take the exam. So we'll
Right.
leave it at the $25 and take your vote. I mean, to me, this is not anything personal.
No.
You know,
And
No,
You know,
I think Michelle was just trying to bring it to light with adding several more courses, and it could
Right.
double and triple, which if it does, we don't have that much money in that.
and it's something we
We
certainly
have some
need to
budget
look
to
at.
take that many AP tests.
Right, and I agree, and there may come a time when we simply can't do it. And that's all there is to it.
So the way it is currently is that every student pays
Everybody.
$25.
I think, except for, I think the kids who have fee waivers, and they don't
Okay.
pay anything,
Mhm.
All right.
so.
Well, I think it's a good idea to bring it to us, because I wasn't aware of it. Appreciate you bringing it to us.
Yeah, so you go,
So it sounds like everybody wants to keep it
So
the way it is. Am I hearing
you have a
everybody
motion
except
on
for
the
Rick?
floor, are you voting on this to deny this
Do
motion?
not accept this. Proposed.
Deny this resolution and keep it as is.
Motion on the
Just
floor.
so it's-
Motion
To
is to
approve
approve
the
this.
schedule.
They just say it wasn't approved.
Yeah,
Motion is,
so the
Have you
motion
voted
to
on
approve
this?
okay,
the
Chris was
schedule.
a, Chris was a no. I'm a no. Randy,
No.
no. Rick?
Yes.
Yes. Reggie?
No.
Lynn?
No.
No. Tom?
No.
Mandy?
No.
No, Joe. Okay. So, the motion, just say the motion is denied.
Right.
You don't have to. Okay. Do we want to do principal reports before we go into executive session?